Greetings! This is Ginthian, and today we are playing on the Vale in Minecraft 26.1.2. And today I'm going to start us off with expanding the villager hall. I need it to have more villagers. I need more farmers, and I need it to have more books. I don't have a fortune pick anymore, and stuff like that. So I can expand this out and add some more villagers, which you know how much I love villagers. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to show you this in the form of a time lapse because it's took a long time and it's rather boring unless you watch it at high speed. Okay, I realize we skipped ahead there. I just went from building out the room to suddenly the floor is built in and all of the compartments for each of the villagers are already done. I didn't get the other part recorded, but now I'm putting in the back wall, and then I'm going to work on the lighting. There's the lighting is done. And now I am working on having the villagers put in place. Takes a while to get them all in. And they're done. And what I'm going to do next is work on... I need carrots, so I'm going to be using the farm and alternating carrots and wheat so that they grow faster, and then I can use the water to go through the process of harvesting them and rinse and repeat. So I'm going to start doing that now, and I plan on speeding this up as well. Solid wheat. I'm going to get up here, and then I'll go through the process of showing you how I harvest the farm. I pull this lever and let the water do the harvesting. Probably would get more crops if I used a hoe that had fortune on it. But this does have the advantage of allowing me to do all the crops and then auto harvesting, sort of. Planting them and then letting the water do the harvesting. When you alternate, they really do grow faster. It takes most of the carrots to replant all of this. so I'm not gaining a lot of additional carrots. I have to repeat this process multiple times. While I was waiting, I decided to fix the sides of the farm, make it look more colorful. And there you have it. What I want to do now is actually go through and replace this stone out with the mud bricks. Once I've done that here, then I'm going to start working on some of the walls, replacing them with the not mud bricks, but packed mud. I have muted the background noise because with the bees so close by, it's very loud. In other parts of the base, the allays, the music box that I'm used to attract the allays, it's all too loud. And you can silence mobs, but I don't think you can silence items. I guess you could turn down the ambient noise. I'll have to look into that. But as of right now, I'm just finishing up this wall, and then I will move on to other walls. If you could do me one favor, please subscribe and click on the bell so you know when I produce new material. I don't know why I didn't block this area off so that it wouldn't get wet over and over again. Sometimes I learn very slowly. I've taken the time to gather up the mud that I had created, or packed mud that I had generated, and now I'm going to go do the back wall. But you may wonder why mud. I like the texture of the mud, and we are underground, so it seems fitting in some ways that it would be mud or mud bricks. Not that, and like I said, I do like the block. So we're gonna go over here now that we finished up the adjacent wall, and we'll start this part and then move on to the back wall that is adjacent to it. I do try to speed up the recording because it's just not that entertaining. I want to show it because it's progress that was made, but at the same time it looks better when it's at high speed. But I think I've said that before in this video, so I'll stop beating that particular dead horse. Go get some more blocks. Okay, I'm back, and I'm going to finish this wall up right now. And then I want to go and show you something else. Down here I have my mob farm, and I have added strays to the mob farm.
See, I've added this switch that turns on lights so that I can turn on and off the mob farm, because it doesn't need to be generating every time I walk into the room. And if you look inside, you can see that I added a third mob spawner down there. I love watching this. I've turned up the gain so that you can actually see the mobs even though it's dark in this room. And it now spawns strays in addition to the other sets of mobs. That tends to make this mob farm a lot more, well, I can gain experience a lot faster now because I have all these different mobs appearing. That doesn't mean it's always perfect though. That'll bring us to the end of the video as this wall gets finished up. I hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.